make a lot of choices in life. Some people choose to get married. And while every wedding's a love story, this one's a little different. Trust me, I've seen a lot of weddings. Actually, I've officiated at a lot of weddings. That's one of the best things about being a rabbi. Hadassah Shoshana, Bat Abraham Sarah. I'm Rabbi Elyse Goldstein of City Shul in Toronto, and I also volunteer to serve at Adat Israel in Guatemala City. This Sunday evening, 2 civilly married couples are about to have a Jewish wedding. That's because this is their first opportunity to stand under the chuppah. You see, they've only been officially Jewish for a few hours. They were among the 19 people who earlier on this day achieved a major milestone in their ongoing Jewish journey. Over the weekend, they've completed their conversion. Like all the members of Adat Israel, Guatemala's only Reform congregation, they are Jews by choice. Over the years, each one has fallen in love with Judaism and the Jewish people. They are los Nuevos Judíos de Guatemala.
I was born Catholic, raised Catholic, basically.
Me inicié en el judaísmo por una sencilla razón. Creo que lo traía quizá en los genes.
But always felt like there was something else I was looking for.
Sentía mucha atracción por la Maguen David, a pesar de que vengo de una familia que tradicionalmente profesaba otra fe.
Yo crecí en una familia de origen evangélico y más o menos a la edad de 13 años yo hablé con mis papás y les dije que yo ya no pensaba ir a la iglesia porque no creía en esto. Entonces entré en una etapa donde empecé a buscar quién era yo como persona y por cuestiones de interés empecé a estudiar un poquito de hebreo. Poco a poco fui aprendiendo y fue la forma en que me fui involucrando en el judaísmo.
There's something really unique about Latin America. It's a very religious society. You can't be nothing in Latin America. You have to be something. And the fact that these people have chosen to be something very small, very unique, not common in this part of the world means they're seeking a religious identity because they see around them everybody else has a Catholic or evangelical religious identity. People are coming to Judaism because they are looking for a religious identity that is not Christian.
I think that they have a hunger for spirituality and learning, and they've discovered that in Judaism. But I also think that part of it is that they've become a community. They're not alone. They have people around them who will support them. And they have made Shabbat the center of their lives.
My Jewish journey starts when I'm around 4 years old. My parents were already very interested in Judaism, and I was not really exposed to any other faith like evangelical or Catholic. So I grew up with prayers, I grew up with Shabbat, I grew up with, Hebrew.
Este sueño empezó desde antes de 1999. Encontramos la necesidad de buscar nuevas respuestas a nuestras necesidades espirituales y religiosas. Así es de que con mi esposo iniciamos un estudio local a través de pequeños documentos que nos llegaban a las manos para entonces, y poco a poco algunas personas se interesaron, sin llamarlas, en tener la misma idea de seguir con nuestros estudios, y fuimos profundizando, aunque empíricamente, aprendiendo por nosotros mismos.
Crecí con una familia que no profesaba ninguna religión. Empecé a interesarme por el judaísmo aproximadamente hace unos 15 años atrás. No conocía las diferentes corrientes que existen en el judaísmo, solamente sabía de una, que era la ortodoxia. Encontré en internet una asociación judía reformista y me acerqué a ellos. El primer contacto que tuve fue con Álvaro Orantes. Él me dio la bienvenida a Israel, a Adat Israel hace 5 años.
Some of these people just have Jewish neshamas, Jewish souls. There are just some people who are called to be Jewish.
Some people say, really? They're choosing to be Jewish? And other people say, that's amazing. Why are they doing this?
Believe it or not, I had a dream. In my dream, I saw a rabbi that was on top of the hill, and she was with the shofar. I didn't know it was a shofar at the time. I didn't know I was dreaming about Rosh Hashanah. So that's what it was like a call. It was my calling. I said, I had to do this.
Nos acomodamos en algunas religiones que no son el judaísmo, pero pronto escuchamos como una alarma que nos invita a conocer de Israel y de las cosas que tienen que ver con los judíos. A partir de eso viene la inquietud y el deseo de ser judío.
Si quisiera yo decir o explicar cómo ocurre, no lo puedo hacer. Sencillamente son circunstancias que lo van moviendo a uno. Como dice el sabio, el hombre no se mueve por sí solo, sino que las circunstancias lo van llevando.
Y era como algo que tenía que conseguir a toda costa. Era como una carrera llena de obstáculos, pero había que cumplir esa carrera. Llegar hasta el fin, que era como una realización en mi vida del hecho de llegar a ser judío.
Es como si fuerzas que desconocemos nos movieran y nos instalaran donde tenemos que estar o donde quizás nos necesitan.
Ellas considerarán el esplendor de tu gloria, ellas meditarán sobre tus maravillosas obras.
Adonai eres misericordioso y piadoso, con una paciencia sin límites rebosante de amor.
Pues yo estoy muy contento de que nuevas personas se agreguen al grupo. La verdad es de que es como sentir alivio de que más bloques, más apoyo se está agregando a la estructura y que esto siga creciendo.
This weekend I am just very excited, very moved by them. I have seen them put a lot of effort, I've seen them study, I've seen them struggle, and what I really want for them is to be able to create this strong Jewish identity. I think this is a new start for Adat Israel, and I really want them to get involved and be proud of being a Reformed Jew in Guatemala.
It's an entire Shabbaton for conversion.
For some of you who are becoming Jewish this weekend,
Para algunos de ustedes que se están convirtiendo en judíos este fin de semana,
you might be a little bit nervous,
tal vez estén un poquito nerviosos,
a little bit anxious,
tal vez un poquito ansiosos.
and wondering, do I know enough? Will I say the right words?
¿Será que diré las palabras correctas?
What will the mikveh be like?
¿Cómo será la mikveh?
The community of people that are going to convert this weekend have studied for 2 years online with a Spanish-speaking Reform rabbi and online with a Spanish-speaking conservative rabbi. And they must attend synagogue weekly. They read basic Judaism books in Spanish. They meet with me on Skype several times during the year. They have to pass a very difficult conversion exam in Spanish. Then they'll go to the Beit Din. All the men have been circumcised in the hospital. All the men will have hatafat dam brit, and then we will all go to the mikveh right outside of Antigua, which is not, by the way, a mikveh like you would expect from North America.
Augusto, we are a rabbinic Beit Din.
Ellos son un Beit Din rabínico.
We have been authorized
Y están autorizados
to determine your
para
readiness
determinar si está listo
and your sincerity
y su sinceridad
for conversion.
para su conversión.
My experience with a Beit Din, it's more of a conversation rather than you passed, you failed. Okay, if someone comes to the Beit Din, it's pro forma. They're already ready.
We would like you to begin by telling us why you want to do this, why this is so important to you.
The Beit Din usually asks questions, not like, what was the date that the first temple was destroyed? Much more personal questions.
How do you manage that? How do you, you're a young person with a lot of enthusiasm for Judaism, but in school, in work, in life, this is going to be hard for you.
Yeah, it's hard. Something that really, fires me in this is that makes me a little bit, not different, but in some way I can say that I am like, not different, but I'm like special.
I was waiting for that
I was waiting for that word too.
Me too.
They have never experienced
Anything
evangelical church, Catholic church.
That's our victory.
La filosofía reformista
So the reform philosophy
encajaba con mi forma de pensar.
fits with his way of thinking.
Entonces dije, ¿qué es esto?
So he says, what is it?
Vine acá.
So he came here.
Give us a moment.
Un momento, por favor. Okay.
Mazel tov.
First Dad mentioned you told me your story. I just felt so sure, that you were on the right path now. I'm so happy.
One of the special things that I've been brought here for, being a male, is to officiate at the ceremony of Hatafat Damri, the withdrawal of a single drop of blood initiating people into the covenant of Avraham Avinu, of Abraham, our forefather.
En este día declaro que deseo ser conocido como un miembro del pueblo judío y de la comunidad de Israel. Bienvenidos.
The fact that these adult males who have already been circumcised are going to have this special ceremony really attests to their commitment to be initiated into Am Yisrael, the Jewish people.
Do you choose to enter the eternal covenant between God and the people Israel to become a Jew of your own free will?
More common. Do you accept Judaism, excluding all other religions and practices?
Shul es la palabra Yiddish.
Do you pledge your loyalty to Judaism and to the Jewish people under all circumstances?
Sí.
When converts go to the mikveh, they go in as not Jewish, and the state of change is they come out and they are Jews.
It is the waters of your Jewish womb. You're being reborn. I know that doesn't sound like a Jewish concept, but it is. You're being reborn through a Jewish womb, and then you're the child of Abraham and Sarah through that rebirth. You don't lose your human parents, but you gain a set of Jewish parents. We will tell you which order we're going in.
Ellos van a decir en qué orden van a ir cada uno.
Each person will go in. We have 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, y 3.
Vamos a tener y en orden va a ir el 1, el 2 y el 3.
Each person goes in, quickly get undressed.
Rápido se desviste.
Go in the water, knock on the door.
Se meten entre el agua y alguien toca la puerta.
Que dice listo o lista.
Y dicen listo.
O lista.
O lista.
correcting your Spanish.
The candidate goes in, disrobes, then immerses, and then does a jellyfish float whereby all parts of the body are immersed by the Mayim Chayim of living waters. Once that's done, we say the bracha al hatefillah on the immersion. And then the third time, now that they're Jewish, once more, again, water is covering the entire body. Then we say the Shehechianu, thanking God for enabling us to reach the sacred moment of conversion.
Asher Kidshanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu al ha-tefillah. Amen.
Amen.
Third splash.
Good splash.
Muy contenta.
Muy feliz.
Happy.
Emocionada porque cumplimos algo que anhelábamos hace mucho tiempo.
Misión cumplida.
Vayikare Shemam b'Yisrael Hadassah Shoshana Bat Avraham v'Sara. Korah Bat Avraham v'Sara. Mikaela Bat Avraham v'Sara. Eitan Ben Avraham v'Sara. It's not about, they read a book somewhere and they thought Judaism was interesting. It is about wanting to change their lives fundamentally and take on a new system of life and a new system of belief and a new system of practice. And they are passionate about it.
Es como regresar a donde siempre pertenecí y estuve ausente. Y solamente espero el momento en que puedan decirme por fin bienvenido de regreso a tu pueblo.
Adat Israel is my family, and I feel it the first day that I came here.
I love being a Jew. I love, the spiritual side and the intellectual side. I love tradition. Of course, there's stuff that you won't always agree with, but I think there's such a beauty in Judaism.
And it's complete.